All right, what's up guys? This video, I'm gonna show you how I made $850 today trading SPX. Okay, I had a winning trade that made me about, what was this, like 4 grand. I had a losing trade that lost me around 2,400-ish. My math is definitely off, but you can see it's all right here. So I'm gonna show you exactly entries, exits, why I got in, and how I made money, and how I was able to come back from a loser in the first trade I took. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Now, take a look at SPY. Now you can see that I traded SPX contracts. Now I like trading SPX contracts off of the SPY chart. It's just what I like to do. But I'm going to go back and forth, kind of show you exactly why I traded the way I did. Now, as you can see, I also have 4 different contracts here. I ended up trading credit spreads. So one of them was on the short side, one of them was on the long side. I'm going to show you everything in this video, kind of break it down for you. So SPY, what was I looking at in the morning? Now, every single morning, I have a plan. Okay, I'm looking at if this happens, then this happens. That's how all my trading works. And so you can see when the market opened, my original plan, there's a lot of levels, a lot of zones on here. Basically, just to give you some context, I was bullish above this purple zone, bearish below this purple zone. Now, this purple zone didn't act that well as a pivot as I thought it did, but nonetheless, the bias was still there for my reasoning. Now, why was I bullish above the purple zone? Where does this purple zone even come from? That takes a lot to cover, but essentially it comes from a market profile strategy that I look at, as well as a few other things. But yesterday we had a huge sell-off. Today we were gapping up inside the zone. We had a little 5-minute supply zone that we bounced off of right here. Okay, so right at the open, I see price bounce off this 5-minute zone. Zoom in on the 1 minute here. You can see as soon as I saw price reject off this zone, we come back, we break this low, and we get back below this purple pivot. At this point, I am thinking bearish. I'm thinking this is my setup. Price is going to move back down, targeting down this gap fill level here. And I'm like, perfect. Let's wait and get to a trade. Price pulls back. I get in around, I believe it was this pullback here. I get in short with credit spreads. So I ended up selling the 4505 SPX call, and I bought the 4510 call as for a spread. Okay. So I ended up getting a net credit. So you can see I shorted right around here. My stop was above this high right there. And my target was down here at this gap fill level, almost a 2R trade. Okay. Price pulls back a little bit. We hit 1 minute supply. I'm just sitting in the trade, letting it do its thing. And then price ends up coming back down. I'm like, at this point, when price makes this low, I am thinking I'm in the clear. Everything's looking good. Just going to let it do its thing. Have a good trading day. And then, of course, SPY ends up ripping all the way up, okay? And so you can see at this point, I'm thinking, well, we had a high, we had a low. We had a high, we had a low. We're very clearly in a downtrend at this point here. And the price ends up breaking that high. And so that, to me, is where I said, okay, you know what? I think I'm in the wrong here, right? We're back above my purple pivot, okay? We have broken this high. And we shouldn't have broken that high, okay? For me to stay in this trade, if price is in a downtrend, right, those highs should hold, right? We should have seen a higher low, or excuse me, a lower high form, and then price make a new low. But that didn't happen, right? Price ended up making this high. And to me, that was a shift in trend, okay? When I saw a shift in trend, then I decided, you know what? Even though my stop's up here, I'm going to get out a little bit early, okay? Because I don't want to see that happen. So I ended up stopping out of that first trade right here when price broke this high. You can see it was around $2,400 loss, okay? So I lost $2,400. And I said, okay, you know what? That's a fine loss. I'm going to take that loss, right? It was just a good plan, but the trade didn't work out. And I started to notice, I said, okay, well, if price ended up breaking this high, that's a shift in trend. We're back above my purple pivot. This is actually an A+ long setup, right? Let me put on SPX so it's a little bit easier to understand, right? Simply not looking at anything else, right? Just looking purely at the 1 minute chart, purely looking at price action, okay? I'm able to identify who's in control and what's happening. If you can do that, you're going to make a lot of money, okay? So let me go ahead and show you essentially what I was looking at. So SPY, right? We come back above this purple pivot, right? Now this purple pivot I got from my morning plan, right? Put it inside the Freedom team. Everyone can go ahead and see it, make a nice little Loom video. All my if this, then that statements. So I put that in there, right? We came back above my purple pivot. Now my bias is bullish, right? We come back above this high. Now, what does that tell me, right? Let's break this down for a second. If price is able to make a low, then a high, then a low, and we break that high, right? Then we go ahead and we break that high again, break this other high. This is what we call a shift in trend, right? In a downtrend, sellers are in control. Every new high that gets made, we would expect sellers to defend that position, right? And so when price comes back down, we break this high, right? We break the supply zone right here. That tells me that the buyers down here are stronger than the sellers right here. And we are able to break this high as well, which means the sellers or the buyers here are stronger than the sellers up here. If you can understand that, I decided to realize, okay, these buyers are strong. They are now in control of this market, which means these buyers are not going to let price get below this low. So this is my strong low, right? This is where price should hold, okay? Understanding this and understanding the context we were in and my upside targets, after price broke this high, I said, okay, where can we get in long? Wait for a pullback right here. Found a good risk reward. If I know that this low is going to be defended, I can set a stop loss there. My target's going to be at this 450 level. Again, another level I had in my pre-market plan. That's about a 1-to-1, 1.2 risk reward trade. Very solid trade. I was also going to hold runners for a move all the way up to 451. Okay. So that was the trade plan to the long side. So I ended up getting in credit spreads. Let's take a look at SPX, right? I shorted, let me see. Shorted the 4495 puts and I bought the 4490s. So 4495s, I shorted these puts and I bought the 4490s, basically right around where my stop loss was. So I got in and this thing just freaking consolidated pretty much the rest of the day. Slowly grinded up, slowly went a little bit higher. To me, that's not an issue, right? I simply got in long, stopped at the low, set my targets, and walked away. Did not do a single thing else. Very, very simple, very easy to trade. Through all this chop, through all this back and forth, it did not bother me as well, okay? It was actually making me more money because I was in credit spreads, okay? But it allowed me to have the confidence, right? When price came back down here, came very close to my stop, I had no emotions at all, okay? Because I knew these buyers were able to take out this supply, this low caused the shift in trend. And to me, that told me that these buyers are in control and they're not going to let price go below it. And so if I know where to put a logical stop, which is extremely important when it comes to your trading, you can make a lot of money, right? I put a logical stop right below this low because, again, these buyers should defend that low, and then price ends up moving higher. Simple as that. And if you can identify who's in control and where to put a logical stop, as long as you can get a good risk-reward trade where you can find a manage and a good entry and have logical targets as well, you're going to end up making money. And so you can see I took 2 trades. One of them was a loss. One of them was a win. Ended the day up $850 with a 50% win rate. Simple as that, okay? And really, all of this, my purple pivot, these levels, this zone, all of this is really just noise, right? This entire trade could have been taken simply by looking at a 1-minute chart, no indicators, no volume, nothing. By simply understanding trend and who's in control right here, that allowed me to make money trading SPX. And because I was smart enough to use credit spreads instead of 0 DTE options or whatever it is, well, I did use 0 DTEs, but because I was selling options, right, I was taking advantage of all of this decay. And if you're able to understand who's in control, where price shouldn't go, you're going to make a lot more money trading stocks, okay? And you can see people inside the Freedom team, same exact thing, right? We atomic money, literally said I had my A+ setup, order set, price done the rest. Very happy with the trade. Logan made $500, Tucker made $200 as well, okay? The strategies work. If you know where price shouldn't go, there's only one other way where price is going to go. And if you understand that, you're going to make a lot of money. So hope you guys enjoyed this this trade recap, okay? I give out morning plans. If you want to learn more about my strategies, kind of how I trade, how I understand who's in control, what's really going on, click the first link in the description. I have a free training going over that. If you want to join the Freedom team as well, you can go ahead, watch that training. There'll be a button to apply after you watch it. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, subscribe, okay? Leave a like, comment down below other videos I should make, and I'll see you guys in the next video.